Good morning, everyone. So maayong buntag sa inyong tanan, our Ayala Land Estates ambassadors. We're very happy to see all of you here today, so thank you for your time to join us and support this event. Chris and I spoke earlier, no? And we agreed that this is the first major sales event of Ayala Land Estates. In person at that, so congratulations to the team. And it's amazing just to see everyone come together. So a few moments ago, we were thrilled to hear about our Luzon estates. And so now it's my pleasure and honor to cap today's project presentations by sharing with you some exciting news from Vismin, focusing on an estate that for the first time we're opening up to the market. But first things first, okay? So today is really about forging ahead with you and for you. Despite the challenges of today, and also because of the challenges of today, we're excited to move forward to embrace the future and shape an environment with all of these estates that we're offering today, that contributes to making things better. Because such is the vision of Ayala Land. We want to enrich the quality of life of many Filipinos and become a strong partner in nation building. And we do this by creating estates that are sustainable, that enhance land and appreciate in value over time. And when we create, we don't just up and leave. So we're here for the long haul. And that's the story of Makati, where we plowed in 125 billion to refresh the city. And that's also the story of CBP, the Cebu Business Park today, where phase one of 350 million is spent upgrading all the drainage lines. When we develop our estates, we endeavor to create ecosystems that people want to be a part of, that they can identify with, that they can evolve with as the world evolves, and change with to adapt to the changing times. And this is why we build, this is why we maintain, this is why we repair, update, and rebuild the cities to ensure that our cities and townships continue to be livable and at par with world-class standards. And so it's a continuous process inspired by the drive to innovate and sustain, all in the spirit of responsible development. That's always been the trademark of Ayala Land. We love all our estates and all the locations that we choose to be in. And one of these key locations that's very close to our heart, clearly, is Cebu. So Cebu has always been an important part of the vision of Ayala Land. In fact, it is home to one of our flagship estates. So over the past 30 years, with the courage of vision, we have quite successfully transformed a golf course into the Cebu Business Park, the region's premier financial district, and the old Lahug Airport into the hip and happening Cebu IT Park that we know today. So together, these two business districts are key economic forces that drive the city and the province, providing more than 100,000 jobs, opening up more than 1,345 business establishments, and housing over 2,400 residents. So the CBP and CITP are home to some of the most prime and desirable real estate offerings in the region. So now we know that Cebu is flanked by the mountains and the sea, and it's lisod. Finding sizable land in key urban locations is not an easy task. And so we definitely make the most of every opportunity to transform Cebu's landscape in a way that enriches lives for many generations to come. So following the success of CBP and CITP, we're excited to have the opportunity to do this all over again in Gatewalk Central. It's a 17.5-hectare property in partnership with Aboitiz in the heart of Mandaue City. So by far, one of the most accessible project sites we've been able to acquire with direct access to major thoroughfares, that's Lopez Haina and M. Logarta. A kilometer away from the North Bus Terminal, 4 kilometers from the passenger seaport, 10 kilometers from the beautiful Mactan International Airport, and 3 kilometers away from the CBP and CITP. So what's not to love about Gatewalk Central's location? We continue to inspire urban revitalization in core areas where economic activities are high. And so Mandaue City is a perfect testament to urban revitalization, to regeneration and gentrification, if you will. And we want to participate in it and meaningfully contribute to its progress. And this is why we've envisioned Gatewalk CEBU'S progressive center for creative enterprise, nestled in the core of Mandaue City, celebrating the Cebuanos' enterprising spirit, providing a new and vibrant lifestyle district. It's a true mixed-use development with commercial, office, and residential components, with expansive open spaces dedicated to Cebu's first high street experience. Inspired by the vibrant pedestrian street life experience of key destinations abroad, such as Orchard Road in Singapore, Las Ramblas in Spain, and our very own Bonifacio High Street here in BGC. Our vision for Gatewalk is to create a platform where people can thrive. Creative talent, entrepreneurs, workers, families, friends, and even pets. So the master plan is designed with green and open spaces for convergence. And here's a full view of our 17.5-hectare estate. Our 4-lane main road conveniently connects the estate to Lopez Haines Street, and that's the old original Cebu Highway, as well as Logarta Avenue. We have a 25-meter wide, 500-meter long, 1.25 hectare in size, high street, to be flanked by a diverse mix of retail offerings, commercial and residential buildings, terminating at the commercial mixed-use area of Ayala malls and offices, which we expect to open in the next 3 or 4 years. So notice block 8 in the map, labeled as future development. So this is like our Ayala Center in Cebu and Makati, that we will keep and operate ourselves, no? And so the next generation can decide on what to do with it, perhaps after 30 or 50 years. But for the meantime, this will serve as the area's primary activation zone. So within the next 2 to 3 years, we can expect this to evolve into a special food, dining, and retail destination. There. Enabling us to build the first installment of our Gatewalk High Street experience. Okay. And so the lots that we are offering for sale is in Block 9. They're very precious and prime. They're at the forefront of the development, right along Logarta Avenue, right beside a retail activation zone, and across the mall. So you can imagine how this spot will evolve over time, perhaps much like 26th Street in BGC, which is a key office and commercial corridor. And it's always the first buyers, the prime movers, who get to enjoy the highest value appreciation. Our PDs have mentioned that a number of times, no? So think of the first buyers of CBP and CITP. Back in 1990, CBP sold for 10,400 pesos per square. And then in 1996, CITP was offered to the market for about 20,000 pesos per square. So ngayon siguro nasa mga 300,000 na kung may nagbebenta. That's 30 times value appreciation, no? And so Gatewalk is going to be very expensive land into the future, which can be had at today's affordable price. So let me correct that, lowest price, at only 200,000 per square meter at FAR 7. So just 8 lots, 8 special opportunities that I enjoin all of you to take advantage of. And so I hope I've given you the Gatewalk story in full, to inspire you and equip you with sufficient information to help you sell more persuasively. So that's Gatewalk. So this is not just about Gatewalk. Let me also take this opportunity to quickly talk about another Cebu estate. And we're equally excited about South Coast City, our 26-hectare development in SRP, no, the South Road Properties, with land development works at full completion. South Coast City gives us a blank slate to create something Cebu has not seen before, a prime waterside development strategically located and designed to be the new home of prime entertainment, residential, and commercial concepts in Cebu. So this development could not have been better positioned to take advantage of the Cebu-Cordova Link Expressway, or CCLEX. So it's the first property that will greet you as you enter Cebu City via CCLEX, coming from Mactan, so making it Cebu's newest and most modern gateway. So along the coastal road, at the forefront of this development, secret muna to ngayon ha, so tayo-tayo lang dito. So this has not been actually disclosed yet, but we can expect Ayala Land Premier and Alveo condominium developments to rise in the future. And that is the block facing the water. Okay? So, saka na natin ibenta RBG. Estates muna tayo. Okay? So, our district square, that's on the upper right, is in great company, along with the NASA Mall, the SMX, and the arena, and all the other new developments in the area. So I believe we only have, Chris, Deo, 3 lots? 1 lot, 3 lots left. So today is also a good opportunity to grab these lots. In closing, let me say that in Ayala Land, we're serious about building cities that work. And this is what we aim to continue to do in Cebu and in all the other regions in Visayas, Mindanao, and Luzon. And speaking of other areas, here's a sneak peek to what you can look forward to in 2023. In Mindanao, you're assured of a strong pipeline of inventory as we plan to launch 2 more estates with commercial lots. So in Davao, we have Ascenda, a 245-hectare horizontal estate. So when we launch it in the first quarter, that's going to be our biggest estate in Vismin. So it's envisioned to be Davao's nature-inspired progressive southern gateway, located in Turil, Davao City, in partnership with the Florendos. So if you're familiar with the Ninita Farms, the Pomelo, this is that site. Okay, and then on the second half of the year in Misamis Oriental, we have Habini Bay. So arguably our biggest estate in Vismin, with over 500 hectares, and it's envisioned to be northern Mindanao's new coastal capital. It's located in Laguindingan, Misamis Oriental. So when you visit CDO, you land in the Laguindingan airport, right? So we donated about 180 hectares to that airport, and we're left with about 525 hectares. And that's what we're going to start selling next year. Okay, so that's where Habini Bay is. So armed with foresight and the courage of vision, we seize and create opportunities that transform environments into meaningful ecosystems that pave the way for a better way of working and living. Such as the swamp and airfield back in the 1940s that has brought us to this beautiful city where we are holding this event today. So from an airfield to our Makati CBD. And we hope to do this in all the other estates, in all the estates that we're launching today. And so we hope that together we can build a future with you, and once again blaze the trail in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So thank you very much, and my best wishes to everyone.